So I have a new favorite Twitter account. It's called Accidentally Left Wing. And they tweet stuff that people say where they don't realize that they're like advocating for a left-wing position. So here's the one the other day that really made me feel some emotions. So you see the banner. It says Trump 2020 on top there. He's got a pickup truck as his picture. And he says the following. Just got this bill from a major hospital in the East Valley. It was for a 2-hour ER visit. I was allergic to something, and they had to give me fluids and Benadryl. The question I have, are these charges legit? They seem extremely high. For example, one bag of IV fluid saline was almost $1,500. Am I wrong, or is this awfully high? And then you could see it's, how much is the bill? $4,960 for a visit to the ER. And he's like, wait. I don't understand. This is really expensive. Are they price gouging me? Yes, they are. Now, why don't you go back to advocating for a private for-profit health insurance system and advocating against Medicare for all, where under the for-profit health insurance system, you will continue to be ripped off. Now, listen, he has the Trump 2020 banner. He's obviously a supporter of Trump. Does he know the specifics of Trump's healthcare policy? Probably not. But he should, especially if he's advocating for this guy as hard as he clearly is. Listen, under Trump, before COVID, 7 to 9 million people lost their health insurance. During and after COVID, now the numbers vary on this one. There was one report, New York Times said 5.8 million people lost their employer-sponsored health insurance. I read one from the Kaiser Foundation, and they specifically look at healthcare stuff. They said 23 million Americans lost their employer health insurance coverage. So we're talking about 30 million or so people lost their health insurance under Trump. He signed a bunch of executive orders that stab Obamacare in the back, which make it so fewer people have health care. Of course prices are going to skyrocket. Of course they're going to go up. Our system, even prior to Obamacare, just total mess. Price gouging left and right. That's the whole point of the system. The whole point of a for-profit health insurance system is that you have a middleman who gets in between you and your doctor, and they take a cut. That's why I call it a mafia. You have a mafia middleman in between you and your doctor. And I haven't even gotten into the hospital's price gouging also. We covered a story years ago on Secular Talk where they would, if you ask for a line-by-line bill, they'll give it to you, and you'll see how weaselly they are and how slimy they are. One of the things they do is they overcharge for basic things. There was, somebody used a box of tissues, and they billed it as a cough suppressant aid, and they charged $1,000 for it. It was a box of tissues. It's a box of tissues. So everybody's price gouging. The middleman health insurance company is taking their cut. The hospital's price gouging and taking their cut. You're getting ripped off left and right. It's the wild, wild west out here. And it looks like it was a little bit of a light bulb moment. Oh my God, what's going on? This is way more than I thought it would be in our system. What happened? I thought, best healthcare system in the world. Yes! This is what you hear from conservatives all the time. I wonder what this guy thought of one Bernard Sanders. I'd love to know what this person thought of Bernard Sanders. But listen, I genuinely take no joy in these kinds of stories. I'm not doing this to dance on this poor guy's freaking medical bill. His medical bill should be $0.00. It should have came out of his taxes. Should have come right out of his taxes. Like every other developed country. Instead of all your money going to war and Wall Street bailouts, it should be going to healthcare. He shouldn't have to pay a single penny for what he got there. So I take no joy in this. But I really just want people to wake up, man. Wake up. Realize how much you're getting screwed. People in this country have been convinced that somehow you're the crazy person or you're the sucker if you say, hey, everybody should have healthcare. Somehow that's the thing that people look down, many people look down on, ridiculous. Why is it ridiculous? Every other developed country does it. Why is that ridiculous? There's nothing ridiculous about it at all. That's the norm in the developed world. But at least, to be fair, it's like over 60% of the American public wants Medicare for all now. So most people are actually with us. But I just want people to also have that translate into their voting preferences and not be so easily duped by fake outsiders like Trump. He's not doing anything. He's making it worse. He's making our healthcare system worse. He's not going to help you with that bill. You kidding me? Listen, if I agree or disagree with somebody, it's irrelevant. You have a right to healthcare in a developed country. We have the means. You have a right to it. The only reason why we don't have universal healthcare is the corruption. Is because that mafia middleman controls the system. Just like Wall Street controls the system, just like the military-industrial complex controls the system. So everybody should be covered, full stop. And it doesn't matter how much I like you, dislike you, what your politics are, what my politics are. I mean, this guy, everybody deserves healthcare. And I seriously take no pleasure in showing you this story. I just want to show you how the propaganda in so many ways has worked and people advocate against their own best interest.